Hi, Noah Eisner here, and welcome to another edition of the Coupa video blog series. Today's topic is the How to Buy policy management framework that exists in Coupa Open Source and Coupa Enterprise. As a bit of background to the feature, we found, and many customers have told us, it's often a problem to guide users to buy the goods and services they need according to the established company policy, established pricing, preferred supplier relationships, and more. Even if there are policies that exist, they tend to exist in paper manuals, on intranet sites, places that are totally disconnected from the e-procurement application. Coupa changes that, and today we'll show you how Coupa guides users to do the right thing as they are shopping. And then we'll show you how easy it is to create your own policies using Coupa e-procurement. So now I'm going to log into the system as Jack Timmons, who happens to be a typical user in the system. Jack's going to search on the term Apple. When Jack does that, above the catalog search results, he sees a policy, and the policy is computer equipment. And Jack can drill into that policy, and this policy shows up in the search results because it's been tagged with the term Apple. He sees the policy around buying a new computer. It explains the whole process, the company information around buying a new computer, who are the recommended suppliers, various information, and it can include links maybe to vendor websites, internal contacts, or actions in the system. In this case, Jack can click on the link for Apple, which actually executes a search in the system for things with Apple. So he's got the policy. He knows that he's following the right way of buying goods and services in the system. All the policies exist up here for Jack to see in the How to Buy section. He clicks on the How to Buy link. He sees all the various buying policies, some being process policies, others being commodity policies. And he can see all of them in the system. So now I'm going to sign out and going to show you how easy it is to create your own policies. So now I'm going to log in as John Williams. John is a buyer, and John often needs to manage and set up the policies in the system. And John's going to click on the How to Buy area. And John has additional capabilities that he can do over here in the How to Buy section. He sees when they were last updated, but he can also view, edit, and delete existing policies, as well as to create new policies. So John's going to create a new policy as he wants to do, and he's going to create a policy for office supplies. So he's going to do that. Policy. He's going to tag it with various tags that will help the policy show up in the search results. Might put on Office Max, Staples. You never know what people are going to search, so you tag it appropriately. And then for the Enterprise Edition, we have the concept of business groups. And business groups allow you to target your policies to specific users in the system. In this case, I'm just going to make it a global policy, so it will show up and make it available for anyone. And then I've got, below that is where I'd enter the text of the policy. And you've got a WYSIWYG editor that allows you to just enter in the policy easily, put in all sorts of formatting, bold, underline, change the fonts, put in links, change color. So it's easy to just type in your policy. But maybe you already have a policy existing and it's just sitting out maybe in a Word document, or sits out on your intranet site. You can actually use that to create a policy in Coupa. How you do that? Let me go over to another website to show you an example. I'm going to go to Cal Berkeley's website for their purchasing department, and they've got a whole How to Buy section. And they've got their own policy for how to buy office supplies. So I'm going to actually just cut and paste all the information from this policy, and including links, images, and the like. And now I'm going to go back to my Coupa buying policy, and I'm just going to paste it. And now I've got that whole policy, the whole Coupa, that whole policy sitting now here in Coupa Procurement. And now when I click the Create button, the policy has been successfully created. And now I can search on a term like Office Max. And of course the policy shows up for the user, and he now has that whole policy with all the formatting, all the links maintained, and is now deployed in the system. So hopefully this was an informative session on the How to Buy Policy Management Framework in Coupa Procurement. Thanks very much.